Welcome in and happy Saturday, all my prop enthusiasts. What we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of math, a little bit of data, and see how we can best take advantage of the prop sites today. It's Wednesday. Sorry, it's not Saturday. I don't know what day it is. It is not Saturday. It is Wednesday. Whoops. So this is RunGoodProps.com. This is a dashboard that pulls all the props over constantly from 8 different prop sites and compares it to 7 different sports books to find the best ways to build prop entry. So if you're playing on PrizePicks, it's a little bit of tough sledding out of the gate, but here are the exact lines for today. These are lines that match up. Let's clear these out. That match up exactly on PrizePicks and one of the other sports books. So the best line available right now is Tristan Newton, UConn rebounds under 4.5. That's minus 148 on FanDuel. Then you go down a little bit further and you say, okay, Darnell Nurse, Edmonton Oilers, shots on goal under 2.5. That's minus 155. You put those two together. Do you get a profitable entry? No, we don't. For every $100 that you would wager, 94 in return. So you'd be losing close-ish, but minus 6%, not something we're chasing after. Next up, Klay Thompson, under 4.5 rebounds, minus 146. If we add that, I can't imagine this is going to be profitable because 3-leg entries are not good in general. Yeah, this is even worse. For every $100 you wager, 87 in return. How about one more? How about Elijah Martin, FAU rebounds over 4.5? That's minus 144. Do we get a profit here? No, we don't. That's okay. Knowing what not to bet and what not to do is just as valuable as knowing what to do. If we tack on one more, a bigger entry, a large entry, a 5-leg entry, Mitchell Robinson under 8.5 rebounds does get us to a profitable entry. Our expected value, if we were to bet this over and over and over and over again, our expected value is about 10% on the positive side of things. Now, you're only going to profit on it 26% of the time, but you have now built a positive EV entry, which is honestly difficult to do in most places, on sports books, on daily fantasy sites, on prop sites. The whole game is that you cannot build positive EV situations. Well, we can here. Takes a little bit of creativity, takes a little bit of volume, takes a little bit of understanding. You're only going to win this 25% of the time, but that is available to you. Now, those are just the exact lines. I will point out there are favorable lines for tonight. In fact, the Tristan Newton points prop on PrizePicks is 11.5. It's under 10.5, minus 115 on FanDuel. So if we take that one and we also take this one, Marquise Noel, Kansas State, points under 18.5 on PrizePicks, it's 17.5, minus 113 on the under at FanDuel. We dejuice those. We look at the probabilities. We add it all up. This alone, these two alone, a 2-leg entry is a positive EV entry. For every $100 that you wager, 116 in return. And then you can continue to build out. There's a couple of Devin Booker ones. Devin Booker's mispriced tonight. 37.5 points and assists on PrizePicks. Under is minus 120 on DraftKings at 36.5. So you get a little bit of wiggle room there. Same thing for points and rebounds. Same things for points, rebounds, and assists, right? That's what happens when they're just a little bit off. So we can build around the profitable and favorable lines, and there are at least a dozen of them tonight, and those can be our cornerstones. If you want to stick with the exact lines, you're going to have to build larger entries. If you're already building larger entries, you can introduce the push line. So if you're building 5 or now I think 6-leg entries on PrizePicks, your 5th or 6th leg could be Connor McDavid over 4 shots on goal. So over 3.5 at Pinnacle is minus 202. So obviously a big number that he's going to go over 3.5. You're getting it at 4. You'll push on 4, which will take your 5-leg entry to a 4-leg entry, your 6 to a 5. But you want to be on that side. There's a couple of those tonight that you can continue to drill into. I will note a couple of things, and I've mentioned this a little bit before here. The jock market exact lines are better, quite frankly, than some of the other books. They take on more risk. So here's Nikola Jokic, points and rebounds over 35.5. That's the exact line at Jock Market. BetMGM has the over at minus 165. So you take Jokic over 35.5 points and rebounds. You take Kentavious Caldwell-Pope under 1.5 3-pointers, which is minus 160 on FanDuel. Those two put together is a positive EV entry. 102 for every $100 that you would wager. Then you go and you get Jake Getzel, under 3.5 shots on goal. Joel Embiid, under 4.5 assists. This is probably going to be a pretty decent number. Yeah, it is. 10% of positive ROI. Can we build one bigger? One spot bigger? Yeah, okay, don't go that far. So four on Jock Market. They've got a couple of really good exact lines for tonight. If you haven't signed up yet, their prop games are newer. They've only just released them recently. So I have a promo code. It's Rick. There's a link in the description. It'll get you a deposit bonus. It'll get you all that fun stuff. But they seem to be taking on more risks than the other sites are doing. Straight up sportsbook stuff. So what do we have for tonight? We've got a couple of value bets. These are bets that are outliers in some situations. So, for example, Zach LaVine threes under 2.5. That's minus 145 at Caesars, minus 140 at DraftKings Sportsbook, minus 110 at PointsBet. So you can get a little bit of a better number there. Jake Getzel, who I already mentioned, over assists, half an assist. Plus 105 most places. Pinnacle has it at plus 127. So if you can shop, you can shop. Here are the arbitrage opportunities. There were only two last I saw. These are bets that if you have access to both sides of them and can get them at these lines, guarantee you that you are not going to lose. Does not necessarily guarantee a profit, but guarantees you're not going to lose. Nikola Jokic under 35.5 points and rebounds is plus 130 on DraftKings. It is minus 125 on the over at Fliff. Zach LaVine plus 111. 3-pointers on the over at Pinnacle and minus 110 at PointsBet. So both sides of that would give you an opportunity to profit if one side hits and break even if the other side hits. Just to recap, if you're on PrizePicks, bigger entries with the exact lines or two-leg entries with the favorable lines. If you're looking for better exact lines, they're on Jock Market. You can build two-leg entries on Jock Market and be profitable. I've outlined in a video on YouTube that essentially if you can just find three wagers a day that have an ROI between like 8 and 12%, and you just do that every day, volume over anything else, it's about small wins over and over and over again. You can beat this to like the tune of like $1,000 a month, right? And people would say $1,000 in a month, not life changing, not anything interesting, but like you have the edge, you have the advantage here, which is very, very rare in our world. So it is Wednesday apparently, and if you have access to RunGoodProps.com, these will continue to update constantly throughout the day, so more and more things will come out. I'm wishing you the best of luck this week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.